Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Bayonetta on hard difficulty, and this is Paradiso, a Remembrance of Time. Another one of the long chapters. There is nothing to the immediate rear when you start this chapter. It's another long chapter. We're doing some platforming here. It is pretty hard to gauge these jumps, but there is a glide feature, and you can also use the crow. Now, I did go back to Chapter 3 and pick up the whip, which I'm demonstrating here, premiering for the first time in this guide, and I'm not really too keen on using it. It's a decent weapon, and I think it would aid one in staying up in the air longer in some of the trials where you're required to stay in the air for 30 seconds and 60 seconds in another one of those. This is an interesting enemy here. I think we fought this guy before, but it's an enemy that uses the trumpet to hit you with attacks from it. If you can get this key, though, which we're going to slide into the slot in that statue, you could deal massive damage on this guy. The only thing is it takes her forever and a day to get this thing over her shoulder and into the face of an enemy. So, but definitely use it, because I don't think it has any kind of depletion status to it. So now we're going to go up this spiraling staircase here. Kind of. It's not really. There's no stairs, but also you might want to have checked all of the nooks and crannies in the bottom. I'm sure there are items hidden away somewhere, but for the sake of brevity, I just want to just go to the main objective. And I believe this has invisible railing, so you can't fall off. But when you're in the Panther form, then you can fall off. I do think this fight's interesting up ahead. We're on this globe here, and we're fighting some more of these enemies. These guys are the ones with the spears. And I just think this game has a lot of polish to it. I mean, it performs really well, like more than I really need it to perform. It does wonders with the engine it has, and I mean, I really couldn't be happier with its performance and the game in general. But it's not really wearing on my patience. That's what I wanted to say a minute ago, but my interest is waning from this game, and I was trying to think why that is, and I think it's because essentially, I don't want to say anything bad about this game, though. It's just like you're always evading, but that's the same. That's how it is in Ninja Gaiden. But in that game, you have a guard. You can guard attacks, so you're not always having to evade. That's the thing I think that this game would benefit from, a guard function. And it makes narrating this really challenging, because the part of my mind that was against doing a guide for this, it just tells it just says, like, it puts doubts in my mind, and thinking about, like, oh yeah, this is important. Whenever you have a chance to do the witch time, you definitely want to do it, because you can even do the witch time in the Panther while you're the Panther. So whenever you see the lightning bolt coming down on you, make sure you do your evasion at the last second, and you'll get into the witch time. And then I imagine if you were really skillful, you could get away with killing all these enemies but that would really take some doing. But I don't know if that's a requirement for getting the platinum on this part. But I still think this is a fantastic game. I really do. and I love this chapter and I love the next chapter, but I don't want it to sound like I'm saying that this is a bad game, because it's not. I pay $20 for this, downloading it from the store. It's worth every cent. Oh yeah, the reason I'm turning it this way is because I thought there was something over to the right. Sorry about that. And the next thing I would like to cover is Batman Arkham Origins. But the thing is, like, I know people want stuff right away, and I just refuse to. I refuse to get into the mindset of, I gotta make this fucking guide right now. I gotta do it. I gotta put it out so fast, And the thing is, like, even the day the game comes out, there's already guides made for the goddamn game, and it's just a constant issue. And I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I was doing so much outside today, and another thing that I don't do is I don't just record like a whole guide and then come back later and do the commentary. I'll do like one chapter, get everything edited in a file, and then just throw the commentary over it. I don't like to have like more than 2 videos outstanding, because then I forget what's going on. Like when I was doing my Ninja Gaiden 2 guide, I would just have one. I would finish one chapter, and I even had a 2-hour fucking video for chapter 11. It's ridiculous. I did it in a lot of sessions, some little small sessions, aided by some alcohol, which I don't have now, unfortunately. But getting back to that Batman guide, it's a no-win situation, because I refuse to just how can you play? It's just, there's no way to do it fast, because unless you're playing it blind, and then you look stupid because you don't know what you're doing. There's no way to know what to do. Even if you're a veteran player, it's a new game. You're not going to know what to do. It's just inevitable. So, I want people to watch the guide, but I just refuse to rush things. So the guide might not be here for 3 weeks after the release of that game, and I'm just jealous of the other people that, not really jealous, but I just can't understand why they would want to rush. But I know they want to be seen. They want their videos in the upper portions of the search results, and I just don't even care at this point, because I know my videos will never really be in the search results in any realistic way. So the only way they'll be found is if people are actually looking for specific things that I've put in the title description. So I don't know, but this is a really damn hard part, because you have all these enemies here, and you're going around collecting the cylinders or the keys you need for the gears. And that's the thing, like, I'll have finished. There's no way I won't be finishing this guide by. I'll probably have it done on Thursday, and then Batman will come out the next day, and then I'm just in a dilemma where I've finished a project, and then what am I supposed to do? Like, have no content uploaded for 3 weeks while I'm trying to learn the game and get really good at it, and that's inevitably what has to happen. Because, like, here's what happened. Like, I finished my Lords of Shadow guide, and then I had no content uploaded for, I think it was about a week. And what was I doing in that week? I was, going about my life, doing my other job that I get paid for with my family, and I was playing this game at night. and it took me a week to do it, a week to be normal. But you know, in that time, in that week, I had not uploaded any content, and you know, I just feel that, you know, not uploading. I like to upload content every day, but there has to come a point when I'm not uploading content, and you guys just have to realize that if I'm not uploading content, it doesn't mean that I've disappeared off the face of the earth. It means that I'm trying to learn a new game. So there has to be a time where no content's uploaded, and that's a shame. But I'm only one person, so. And I feel the silent pressure from everybody, even though in reality, you know, all the really good and understanding people, they don't care. They just want me to have fun and make a good guide. They don't mind waiting. You know, I know the kind of people, you know, the kind of people like Belly Dancing Goat and Raskolnikov 1944 and Sofrek, the good people. I'm not saying they're the only good people, but they know. And they understand, and they're mature. But yeah, feel free to leave input. My friend Sofrek was telling me today that he left 3 comments and he apologized for that. No, never apologize for that. Leave as many comments as you want. You know, I don't delete comments. I read them. No one makes fun of them. If anyone makes fun of them, they're going to have a talking to. But I think some people don't write comments because they fear ridicule, and that's really sad. So never fear ridicule, you know, on this channel. Feel free to write whatever the hell you want to, and if you are ridiculed, it's not going to be by me. And if I find out who does it, then their ass is grass. Just kidding. Okay, so I think we have a boss encounter over here. Is this the train? Yeah, I like these enemies here. It's really fun. Like the first time I discovered it, that you could jump on there, I was smiling to myself because it was really, dare I say, cute. What's this? Oh, an email? What the hell? Payment declined? Oh, I didn't do it right. Never mind about that. Feel free to, shoot these guys, activate the witch time. You could trigger it via the rockets, so if the rockets are coming at you, you can activate the witch time. That'll slow the rockets down. Ooh, and I had to use the Talisman of Rebirth there. And the reason I'm calling it a Talisman of Rebirth is not because I'm retarded and think that everything that's not Ninja Gaiden should be called Ninja Gaiden stuff, but I don't know. I just think I was just trying to be funny. And there we have it. That was a fun fight. We're going to be fighting more of these guys in the next chapter, and we'll be using them as stepping stones. Okay, this next part up here. I don't really care for this part. I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of Dead Space 3 for some bizarre reason. And every time I think of that game, it makes me so depressed that game is just horrible, you know. I should have known when they were talking about it at E3, and the salesman was talking about it, like just like any other salesman who would try to sell a vacuum cleaner or something, trying to sell that piece of shit. When they make Dead Space 4, they really need to be thinking about what their priorities are, you know, because they've taken their success for granted. They really have. And they just made a lousy game. Take the damn microtransactions out of that whole game. Take hardcore. Hardcore mode is stupid. And I heard from another one of my friends. His name is D. Almeida. Once again, and he told me that it was an honor to be mentioned by me. And if that's an honor to you, that's awesome. And he was telling me that the Batman Arkham Origins, the hardest difficulty, is some shit-ass difficulty where they remove all the checkpoints. So I'm accustomed to playing Batman on hard mode because normal mode is extremely easy, and it's just not challenging whatsoever. So I like playing on hard mode. And there's a lot of hard fucking fights in Batman Arkham City. I think there's some pretty hard ones in Arkham Asylum, but they really increased the difficulty in Arkham City, which I liked. But it's hard. It's a really hard game. What I don't want... Hopefully, if anyone can confirm this, if there better be a hard mode, the same... Everything should be the same, except if they're going to put some... Like, who the fuck puts that kind of difficulty in a Batman game? I don't know. But there's... I would like to just play it on hard. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably just play it on hard, play it one time through, and then I'll do a guide. Is this the last fight of the game, of the level? It could be. And the reason, once again, that I even mention people is not because I want favors returned or anything like that, or not because of any other reason. I'm actually a very caring and thoughtful person in real life, and I have a really good memory too. So, especially people that are really into the channel, and I can tell when people are very shrewd and smart about stuff. And okay, so I lost my train of thought, but now we're jumping over to this venue over here. Ooh, we're fighting the... Oh, we will fight the Golem pretty soon. He may be the boss of this chapter. And he's pretty easy. He only has one health bar. Watch out for these jumps. They're really tough. But the Golem... He's a difficult boss to swallow, looking at him as a whole, and trying to figure out really good ways to deal with him, because he shapeshifts constantly. And they're... like the best attacks you probably want to focus on are jumping attacks, but the thing is, you're vulnerable while you're in the air, so you need to do some really quick combos. So if anyone knows some really good ones, I think the afterburner kick might be pretty good, if that's what it's called. I forgot what it is. But anyway, I decided to not really go on my computer too much today. That was the reason why I kind of fell behind, and now it's like almost 2 a.m. and I'll stay up for another hour and just finish this up. It's because it's hard. It's hard making the guide. It's also hard when you've got a half an hour video. You've got to sit down. Having just made that video, then you've got to sit down for another half an hour and comment over it. But here's the Golem over here. He'll be the boss of this chapter. So you've got to hit the red ball that is within him. So he turns into that bird. He turns into this dragon head right here. And then he also turns into... I forgot what it is, but it's going to come up right here. He kind of spreads out to the left and to the right. And you need to go into the middle and hit him. Like, where is it? He does it most of the time. So it's really advantageous to activate that witch time and then go in for your strikes. So you see how it's kind of teasing you. You need to go in the middle here. And if I were you, I would probably... You might want to use the red lollipop to deal more damage like I did right here. But I don't overly hate this boss, but I don't care for him too much. I think it's kind of interesting, but it's just a real big mess of a boss. but at least it's not prolonged by having so many health bars. So just do your aerial attacks, and try to get your immunity with the witch time, activating that and having free shots. But that'll be the conclusion of the video, and we're bound for chapter 10. So I'll let the rest of the video play out. And thanks for watching. I appreciate the support.